Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing? This is the Perchy here from the Perchy TV. How are we doing? Happy Fridays, Jonny. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Your debut on the Perchy TV. I don't know how we've not done it before. We should have done it a long time ago. We have a lot of chats on Twitter. We chat a lot on other channels. Welcome on. How you doing, mate?
I'm great. Finally, to pop my cherry on the Perchy TV show.
Welcome on here. Always welcome, mate. And guys in the chat. I mean, we've gone from having absolutely zero news to having a lot of news at a click of a finger. We've got Aleo Valise. Here we go. Van der Ven. Here we go. Even more nearly. How we haven't got the three words just yet properly come out from Romano's mouth, but it does look very, very promising. We've got the news that Tapsoba now not going to happen, which kind of falls into place about that it was going to be one or the other. So that kind of justifies that. And we've also just got some news that's just been brought out by the Telegraph. I don't know how truthful it is, but the guys in the Telegraph, Bayern Munich, have understood to have set a deadline by midnight of Friday, as in today, for Tottenham to accept their final offer for Harry Kane. Now we're going to go all into. Before we do that, let's just do a bit of housekeeping. Who have we got in the chat? Big up, Josh. Hope you're doing well, mate. We've got Dennis Tunyik. Yep, exactly. Wikipedia's changed it. Yeah, but anyone can edit your Wikipedia thing. Yeah. Big up, Rob. Big up, Brian. Much love, Brian. Hope you're doing well. Brian. Thanks for the call earlier. We had a little chinwag earlier. I hope you're doing well, mate. Big up, Football. How are you doing? Yeah, no official announcement, I'm afraid. But hopefully, touch wood, we might get Here We Go whilst on stream. That'll be 2 in 2. I got Solomon live on stream. Big up, Tomorrow. Yeah, I got the announcement on stream when they announced him, by the club announced him. I got that on stream, which was quite cool. Yeah, big up. Who else we got? Brian, big up, Billy. Hope you're doing well. Looks like Tapsoba deal off.
Good.
I think linked with Perchy. We'll go into that. I think you know a lot about this guy as well. We will talk about that definitely soon. Who else we got? We've got big up Woodley. How are you doing, mate? Who made the edit on Wikipedia? Exactly, big up, mate. Big up 164 Spur. Hope you're doing well. There's loads of you in here. Big up Bill. Big up Bill. Big up KPV. Channel member. If you want to be a channel member, guys, it's just at the bottom with a little join button. And as I was mentioning as well, if you want to join the Fantasy Football League that I've set up, winner gets a £30 gift card on the back of me. Hopefully I'll win it and I can buy myself something. But what I did say, if we get 15 more channel members before the start of the season, which is a week away, I'll put that to 50. And I'll put a £50 gift card in there if we get another load of it.
Send me your details. Send me the details because
I'll pop it in. I'll pop it in the chat.
Because I do it, and I've just set up one for us. So great.
Yeah, so definitely. Paul Scratch. Oh, Danny, behave. Danny, when are you coming back on the show? We need to have you back on, definitely.
Okay.
How can you like someone? So come on, Evan. Like, listen, it's a click of a button, my friend. Like, I get it. I know what you mean, but it helps when you click the like button. It is just a click of a button, but it helps us guys push our content out to other people. What we do,
just that fun.
It's a click of it, and just on that, if we're gonna do a bit of plug-in, we'll do a little bit of a final plug. We are currently on, guys, 1,480, so 20 more subscribers to the 1,500, which is what we're pushing for. Let's dig into it. Big up, Tom. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Hi, Tom.
It's a real one, always a real one. Big up, Lee. Sorry if I've missed you guys out, but let's just crack into it because we've got tons to talk about.
Let's go.
We're normally here for an hour, so we're going to go a bit longer because I've got a bit of time off this afternoon. So let's talk about, first of all, Van der Ven, almost here we go. Almost. I think it's now going to happen. It looks like it's going to happen now. I made the point that I think Wolfsburg will wait until they've got a replacement before they give the green light. It looks like their target is about to be signing the Brazilian lad from Sassuolo, Rodrigo, or Giro, whatever you want to call him. So Van der Ven coming in. Thoughts? Are you excited for this kid?
Listen, look, I posted about this on the 24th of June, right? 24th of June. 6'4", quick, very, very quick, quickest in the Bundesliga, quickest time in the Bundesliga. Can play left back. I see all the negative stuff, that he's not great on the headers, but guys, and he doesn't tackle a lot. He doesn't tackle as much, purely from the point of view is that he uses his brain, right? And he uses his body strength and the angles to block runs. He's a defender that holds players up, not dives in. So for me, he's the yin to the yang of Romero. You've got Romero's rash, but what enables us to do is that, you know, if Romero does go forward and when she likes to carry the ball, we've got Mickey van de Ven there to cover for it. And also Mickey van de Ven loves to carry the ball out. That's the truth. Yes, he could be better in the air, but the kid's just 22 years of age. So, you know, for me, Mickey van de Ven, Mickey. Van de Ven.
Oh, when are we getting the Hey Mickey song out? Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey. I think that's got to be coming.
We could do that one. We could do either.
Welcome to the Members Club, Tom. Thank you very much for joining the membership, guys. And obviously, if you want to do that, the little buttons there. There's two ones on this. You can get the cheap one, which I think is a couple of quid. If you want to listen, if you want to, always welcome. I want to start doing members only streams, starting into when the season starts. So, but obviously, it works when you got a few more people. Then it's quite good and a bit more.
We should be excited, guys. Look, we should be excited. I believe we're getting a really, really great talent. Yes, he's raw, but you know, you have to understand, guys. I'm more worried about how our fan base are going to react if Mickey makes a mistake or Big Vic makes a mistake at the back. These are young players, right? They're going to make mistakes. Poor old Mickey van de Ven is just coming in. The season's almost started. The one thing he does have, though, he has match fitness. He's played more games probably than all of our team combined at the moment. So be excited. I'm a little bit upset about the money that's been paid because, you know, I hear our fan base go on all the time that we always go cheap. We have not gone cheap here.
We haven't gone cheap, have we?
We have not gone cheap. This is a guy that played in the Dutch second division a year ago. Okay, let's be honest about that, right? He's come into Wolfsburg. He's had a very good season, but to go from as little as they paid for him, you know, from the Dutch second division to, you know, potentially up to 50 million euros, that's a big gamble. But I believe in Perchy and Gabbanini's scouting, and let's go with it, and let's be excited. It's not enough though, Perch.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we're going to sort of delve into about what we need at the moment. Obviously, we've got another signing that is on his way. I'm assuming he's on an aeroplane right now, flying into Hotspur Way. Alejo Velez. He's an Argentinian 19-year-old striker, which do you know what? I think as a fan base, I think our fan base is so burnt out with our transfer policies and the way we operate that we lose our sense of like normality and our sense of understanding. Because let's be honest, we should be signing. I said this on Alan's show, so big up Alan on Time Added On. So go and subscribe to Alan, one of the real ones in this community. Love him to bits. He's a really top bloke. And I said it on the show the other day. And I just said,
I think you and I both were on it. Yeah.
We were both on it. We both agreed in what we said. We said we need to be signing young, talented 17 to 21-year-olds. We have to be doing that because that's the only way as a club we develop. Every other club does it. But what we need to be doing is also signing first-team players. You have to balance it correctly. And for me, that's the best way to do it. Like I'm excited by Van de Ven. He's going to be raw, but he goes straight into the first team for me. Velez doesn't. He's going to be. But what I do like about it is, I made a point about this with him is that it makes me think that the likes of Romero and Lo Celso aren't going anywhere. Romero, I think we know isn't going anywhere, but Lo Celso, there was all the sort of debate that maybe not, that he might still go. I think he stays personally.
Well, he got him to stay. Gio and Kuti were the two that got Velez to come. right? Let's be honest, right? Gabonini
Yep.
scouted him, but it was Gio and Kuti. Gio and him are in close contact, so they definitely helped secure this transfer. And make no bones about it, right? I've already seen all the tweets. If he was that great, the big clubs would have got it. You can't win with this fan base, right? You cannot win. I see them saying he's just another Brian Gill. He's a lightweight. Brian Gill's about that tall.
This bloke's
6'2".
He looks like a bit of a unit from what I've seen.
He's 6'2".
I've seen videos of him proper knocking grown men in winning headers and stuff. I don't know. I mean, as I said, I'm only privy to what I've seen, which everyone else probably has seen on YouTube.
I watched the World Cup. I watched it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I saw all the stuff on YouTube with all the clips of him. And he looks like a kid. And I stand by my theory on you can't judge things on clips. I stand by that because it's easy to make a compilation about good and bad. Like, it's easy to do it. You can make a player look absolutely. You could do a compilation of Harry Kane and make him look like a terrible striker. You just have to be selective in what you pick. But you could also make Richarlison into an absolute goal machine if you just selected certain clips. That's the way I've always looked at it. So I don't judge it like that. But what I did see with him, I looked at more of his attributes and his mannerisms. He's a big lad, I think. From
great
what I
in
saw.
the air.
Great in the air. Very good in the air.
Yeah.
Very good in the air. He's one thing I noticed as well. This is the one thing I did notice of him. His jumping reach is massive. Did you watch? I watched something when he's scoring headers. He gets up to players like up to sort of this sort of level, and you're going, what a jumping on
It's his next strength. It's his
same with that too.
Head. He really he scored 11 goals in 22 games, right? He scored 4 goals during the under-20 World Cup. He's a top player. I just like to say all these people who are doubting him already because Vickery said he's not quite ready yet. Where was Harry Kane at 19?
Agreed.
Where was Harry Kane at 19? Harry Kane, I believe, was at Leicester, couldn't bang a goal in, right? So, I'm not going to hear it. A kid who's playing, he's played 22 games. If you don't watch, I watch some Argentinian football if I can get it on, because for me, it's the atmosphere. I often watched on Instagram the River Plate videos and stuff with the fans and stuff. It's incredible. If you think he's going to be intimidated by coming to Spurs or Man United and playing in that atmosphere, it's calm countryside picnic compared to what they have to go through in Argentina.
When we're talking about fans, definitely you're spot on. Like you watch videos of River Plate and Boca Juniors and stuff, nutters. Like absolute nutters.
Insane. It's insane.
Yeah. This is the one thing though I would say about him, and if I'm gonna be balanced with it. When you see the clips of him, where can we see him fitting in this system? The way we seem to be playing is very on keeping the ball very much on the floor. We're not pumping balls into the box, but that'll be an interesting one to see how we find a way for this kid to fit into the system.
He plays on the shoulder. He plays on the shoulder. That's where he plays. I think he's perfect for the system. He really is. I do think he is. Look, the thing is, unlike Brian Gill, who unfortunately came here on his own, he's a young kid, and he was very much left almost to his own devices. Whereas when Veliz comes here, Alejo's going to have Gio, he's going to have Booty, he's going to have all the other South Americans, the Emersons, and they're all very tight. Rodrigo, they're all very.
I think tight. I think that's an absolute key part, and that's why I've said it. I said I think now this more or less nullifies that Gio won't leave now. I don't think he will. I think you're more likely going to get rid of Ndombele than Lo Celso if one of the others.
100%.
I think. Yeah, I think I'm not one of those that massively overrates goes over the top with Lo Celso. I think he's all right. I don't think he's incredible. I'm still unsure where. I know you love him. That's the thing. Yeah. I'm not. I'm one of those that I don't see. I think he's okay. He's good. But if he can find his way into the system, however, what he is good at, though, what I would say is He'd be a good squad player to fill under Maddison. Like Maddison starts over. Maddison will always start over Lo Celso, in my opinion. But Lo Celso will be in that role that will come off the bench, can play a little bit deeper if you need him to here and there. Here's one from Adrian, by the way, I want to say. Spurs are interested in Perchy. This is one I wanted you to talk about. Another one is Gift Orban. This is a kid that I massively, massively want us to sign. You read about this kid's story and you go, I love it. Like I'm sold on his story. I don't even have to see the guy play. Like he is the gift. I put a video. I put a video. My title was "He'll be the gift that will keep on giving for Tottenham." Yeah. He will be the gift that we keep on giving for us. And I tell you what, like, and people go, it's from the Belgium league. It's not a great league. He turned up there from Nigeria and just turned up. He didn't need a bedding in process. None of this. Oh, he needs a year. He went there and just scored goals. I think it's going to annoy me. I've lost it because it's in my head, but he scored something on the light region of 46 goals in 50 appearances or something crazy. Listen, if I've got that wrong, someone in the chat will find it and get it right. I think this is the sort of signing I'd love. And I read from something that Paul O'Keefe said, and just in a conversation that he was having with someone. And what Paul said was, this was one that the club wanted to keep under wraps as much as possible. And that's probably there's a reason why.
The thing is, look, I've said this before. There's so much disrespect for Perchy and Gabonini and Scolding, right? You need to quit it because these guys are working their magic right now. You know, we just saw with Veliz, we saw it with Mickey van der Ven. Going back to Shaw, sorry, I'll just go back because you were mentioning about Shaw before.
Yeah. Go.
Now, it's quite interesting because I've been going on about Buongiorno, who plays alongside Shaw. He's 24 years of age, he's left-sided, and he's the captain. And I picked him out as the player that we should be going for when we don't sign Longley, right? And if we don't sign Mickey van der Ven, right? So Shaw, interesting, I think he had 60 games for Ajax. And it just seemed, what happened? Why did he go from Ajax to Torino? It didn't seem like it was an upward trajectory move to me. He's been called into the Dutch team for the championship, for the Nations League championships, but he didn't play any games. Whereas Mickey van der Ven, I think will and has. Exactly, he was on loan. Exactly.
Yes, it's at Orient.
Yeah, at Orient. So let's have some balance here. Sure, I think for me, I think we need to sign Tosin. He's Premier League proven. Peter Crouch. Yeah, but why can't Ruti too? Why can't you have both, right?
Get both. That's what I was just about to say.
£11.8 million. Come on,
bargain.
Let's be real here.
Orban's going to cost us in the region around 30 million euros. I think maybe even a little bit more. Maybe
twice the price. Listen, it's about acquiring talent. I said this last year, Perchy, on the Spaces, that the club are looking to recruit 16 to 19-year-olds to fill the void between the academy and the first team, so that there's a natural scene progression. So we didn't have this great big gap waiting 2 or 3 years for the academy to catch up with the first team. And that's what we've been doing. And I think with Phillips and Papa Sarr and Veliz and Destiny and so on and so forth, and more to come, we're filling that void. But for me, I think I would prefer Tosin. If you look at his numbers, I know he's unremarkable, and most fans, unless we sign Tapsoba, it's a disaster. I'm not in that camp at all.
I agree.
You don't come through Man City. He actually played some Champions League games, I think, 2 or 3.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I think it was the game. I think he played in a couple of the games when they had already qualified. I think I might be wrong.
Yeah, he might. But I don't remember that. I'll be honest. But he was a player that I was watching last season. I'm thinking, he's really good. And also he has all the characteristics. He's fantastic in the air. He's really, really good in the air. He's 6'5". He's quick. He can play left and right. And he's only got a year left on his contract. Now, if that means by signing Tosin for a reasonable fee, it enables us to buy a gift Orban as well, then I'm all for it. I don't want all our money to go on tap sober if we can get Tosin for a reasonable fee.
I agree. And big up, by the way, Tigaro. Thank you so much. SBT, big up, man. Unpopular opinion. Harry needs to go. He has become bigger than the club. I agree. He's a legend and always will be. But it's time for Tottenham to move on. Tigaro from Special Parent Theory. Mate, I bang on agree. I think this is now what we need to do at Tottenham is just take a bit of a rain check and go, do you know what? We need to take the Harry Kane plaster off and go, do you know what? Let's put a bit of faith in and build again. And I think we will get there. I think as a fan base, we need to not worry about what happens with Harry Kane. I genuinely do. I think, listen, I've just seen a few people put in the chat. If anyone has the link for the article where they said about the 105 million plus add-ons for Harry Kane and the deadline is today, what would you do, Johnny? If you were in charge right now, that 105 million euros plus add-ons.
It's not up to them. It's not up to them. It's not up to Harry. It's
not.
No.
I'm saying, I'm on about you.
Sorry.
If you were in charge, if you were Daniel Levy right now, and you were sat there and 105 million pounds plus the add-ons, whatever they are, let's just say it goes up to 120 million euros as a package, but it pays over certain parameters. Do you say yes or no? And if the deadline's tonight?
I think you say yes, but from what I was told, that the fee's already been agreed, and it's down to Harry. This is down to Harry Kane. This isn't down to Levy. This isn't down to Bayern Munich. This is down to Harry. He is in control of his destiny. If he wants to stay, he's staying. Right? If he wants to sign, he'll sign. He wants to go on a free next year, he'll go on a free. And if he wants to go to Bayern Munich, listen, the fact of the matter is, and I said this right at the beginning, right, is no surprise that Harry's got his boots blacked out, because Bayern Munich are 8.33% owned by Adidas. Adidas
you've said this,
deal. Adidas sign a new boot deal with Harry Kane. Adidas contribute towards the fee. They will recoup that in sales and promotions and all the rest of it throughout Germany, and having, the main man there. So believe me, Bayern have got the money. They found 85 million in a one-off for Hernandez. I know it's 85 million euros, but I'm not going to compare Hernandez with Harry Kane. You can't buy Harry Kane. Lewandowski, right, is gone. Okay, they can't replace him. And this is the only player in the world that can. So pay up, and if Harry wants to go, he goes. And would I take the money? 100%. Life goes on. The greats have come to this club. The greats have come to this club in the past. The greats have come and gone. The Berbatovs, the Modric's. You could go on and on and on. They've gone.
Do you know what? I think you're right, and I think the factor is if he doesn't sign a new contract with them. Here's the point now. This is what I would say. If Bayern Munich have set the deadline for Tottenham to accept it, and they will move on after Friday, the question's got to be is you sit next to Harry and go, are you signing this one right now? Yes or no? If you say no, we're accepting it. I think I genuinely think that's where it's got to be. If you're not going to sign a contract, we're accepting the offer. And then if you want to go to Bayern Munich, you can go and talk to them now. I think it has to go that way. I think we can't lose a player like Harry Kane for nothing. I think that is crazy business. And something you touched on earlier, which is a great point, when you mentioned about, well, we have fans that moan about the transfer fees. We have people that go, oh, well, we're overpaying for this, or we're not. We don't buy it. If we don't sell Harry Kane, then we can't then complain about if we're trying to scrape around getting deals. I'm not suggesting, by the way, 2 and 2 come together. We should be getting deals done. But the way that we're operating in this window tells me that's how we're operating. I want us to go out there and sign everyone, but I'm a bit realistic and go, we're not going to. If Harry Kane goes, here's another one. I'm going to divert the question on Harry Kane for 2 seconds on this one. If Harry Kane goes right now, are you happy that we've got Richarlison and Villiers and if we sign Orban as our attackers, or do we have to go out there and sign somebody else?
Look, I think the way Bayern Munich have behaved in this whole business is a disgrace. I'm trying to work out why Spurs haven't gone to FIFA or UEFA to complain about their behaviour. Harry Kane is under contract. Respect our club, right? They are not respecting our club. They're conducting this transfer through the media, and it has harmed us because don't forget, when you get that 100 million, try going to a club and not being ramped up in price. Look at West Ham. They got that 105 million. I mean, not all of it up front, granted, but every single player that West Ham have gone to right now, the price has gone through the roof, okay? And we're going to be a victim of that. So what should have happened, and Spurs should have conducted this business like this, like Borussia Dortmund. Here is our price. We won 120 million euros, right? This is our price. This is our deadline. Pay by then, or he's staying, right? That's what I would have done if I was Daniel Levy. And had they come, Bayern Munich, to Levy and said, look, we want to do the deal, we could have gone around and we could have done our business. We could have bought the gift Albans and others. I don't like the fact that people are saying that the Mickey van der Ven money is coming from the sale of Kane. Are we saying that if Kane had stayed, we weren't going to sign a centre-back? I mean, are we really saying that? Because that's absolute nonsense. If Kane had stayed, we couldn't have started the season with those centre-backs. So it's regards to that. So I would expect, I'm not going to listen to that story if that's the narrative that comes out. If Kane goes for 100 million, I want to see that money reinvested into the squad, whether it's Gift Oban or Muwani or another centre-back. Personally, I'd like us to go and buy Lavia, right?
I'd love a Lavia. I said that. I said we should be getting Lavia.
I mean, go and spend 50 million on Lavia at 19 years of age and go and see where your future is going to be. I mean, you've got a destroyer there, and then go and buy yourself the Gift Oban, right? That's what I would be doing. Gift Oban, Lavia, sell Højbjerg to get your money back, and we're still financially good. We're still financially good, and then I would be excited about our squad going forward for the summer, for the season.
No, definitely. I'll be excited. Definitely. Just saying that's coming from Romano. Nottingham Forest has submitted a bid to buy Matt Turner from Arsenal. Guys in the chat, by the way, stop being rude to each other. Like, I've just seen it. Like, I'm getting people saying this is being sent. Stop it. I'm just going to ban people that are doing stuff like that. It's no need. Listen, there's 233 of you in here, guys.
Don't tell me it's got toxic, Perch.
Listen, I thought we were actually I've had a really good time. It's having a really good chat. There's 70, by the way, there's 237 of you in here, but only 70 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get over 100 by now. Come on,
guys.
Easily.
It's a finger. It's all you have to do.
The little thumb up. And if you're here and you haven't, please come along and subscribe. We are so close now, by the way, to 1,500. We are 4 subscribers away. Honestly, thank you so much, everyone that has come over and is in the chat today. Just be nice, guys. Listen, it's an enjoyable afternoon. It's Friday afternoon.
Hit the subscribe.
Four subs and we're at 1,500. Come on, guys. Let's do this. Should we? I'm just going to send a thing because Alex, I'll invite you on. I know you've been asking to come on, but the rule is, Alex, if you're going to come in, you've got to answer a point. So, you're not going to unleash on Jonny because Johnny's my mate and he's on a guest. You're not going to. I'm in charge of my own stream.
No, don't be silly.
I'm in charge of it. I do. So sorry about that. Let's just carry on quickly what we're saying. So for me, I think we accept it with the Harry Kane deal. My personal opinion, I think we accept it now, and I think we'll be mad not to accept it. Buying these young strikers, I suppose, mean you're not convinced by Sky. I'll be honest, I'm not convinced by Troy Parrott. I'll be honest, I don't think he's done it at any level he's been at.
No.
Dane Scarlett, I will give the benefit of the doubt just once now. Like, I will give him one more chance. He needs to go on loan to a Championship or a League One side to just go and do the business.
Couldn't do it at League One. The thing is with Scarlett, right? He was bigged up by Jose. The problem is with Scarlett, when he went out to Portsmouth, he was playing through the middle, and the coach, trying to forget the coach's name now, asked him to play out wide, and he didn't like it. When you're a player of that age, you go where the coach tells you. You do what the coach tells you. You don't question it. And so he didn't play that many games. I think with these players, we must, if we sell the players or we get rid of the players, we must have a sell-on clause for them, because so many players that we've got rid of have gone on to actually do something. So, you know, Scarlett, for me, I'd give another year. Troy Parrott, find him a nice ship and sail him to the Caribbean. He can sit on some pirate's shoulder. I don't think he's going to be a pro, but we could still potentially get, say, for example, we got 3 or 4 million for him, plus sell-on clause. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel. So
no,
for me.
I agree, and I think other channels are now saying Harry Kane is going. Wow, this could be a crazy birthday. My birthday's on Monday. What are the chances that Harry Kane's gone on Monday on my birthday? That would be quite depressing.
It's the farewell. I keep saying that.
I think it feels like we're getting to that, doesn't it? It feels like the farewell is going to be on Sunday. You feel like it's all going to be agreed now, and then on Sunday, he'll do. Do you know what will happen? And welcome, Alex. You're here. I know he's here. Get him on. 1 second, Alex, before I bring you in. Jonny, what I feel like, you know, you get the synonymous handing over the armband, synonymous, like he'll get subbed off and then he hands the armband to the next cat. You know that.
I mean, Eric Dyer.
What? Yeah, it would be, won't it? Now, but you know what I mean? The club are going to start doing things like that, and it'll be all a PR stunt and all that lot. For me, now, if he's going, let him go. Let's not have him at the game on Sunday, personally. If it's done now on Friday.
I don't want him to get goodbye. Can we play that song, the Sound of Music song, as he goes? So long, farewell.
Farewell. It's good. Yeah. If you keep singing, Jonny, if you sing so well, you get copyright strike if you keep singing that well. Alex, welcome over, Alex. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing? What would you like to say?
I was just on the beach, just listening to Jonny, because Jonny chats absolute waffle. Honestly, I've never heard
what
absolute waffle yesterday on Time Added On. Absolute waffle, right? The fact is, because this is the thing. I love Jonny, because Jonny now is one of the guys that entices Mr. Box Office. He fuels Mr. Box Office. Yeah, he fuels him, because he gives me the opinion, and then I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell is this guy on? What the hell is this guy on? I'll give it to you this one. I'll give it to you this one. Yeah, we agree on Kane. We agree on Kane. Yeah, he should be out the team. Yeah, he should be out the door. Yeah, we agree with that. Yeah, but I'm sorry, Jonny. Yeah, give me a reason to be positive right now. Give me a reason after how many years of watching Tottenham Hotspur. Give me a reason. Yeah, rather than hopes and dreams. Rather than hopes and dreams. And that's
how many do you want, Alex? How many do you want?
Perch, he's asked me. Let me ask.
Yeah, you go, mate.
Sorry, Perch. I know it's your.
And while you're doing that, I'll get my pad out for the receipts. Yeah, let's do that now as well. Yeah, here you go.
Right. Let me tell you, the king of waffle, right, has just spoken. So now I'll answer. What I would say to you is, as it stands right now, Alex, right, nothing, because we don't have a defence. Okay, absolutely nothing. If you're asking me that we get in Mickey van der Ven and we get in Tosin, right, and we get in Phillips, it's a completely different ball game. And I am positive, because that attack, even without Harry Kane, we have goals coming from all different angles, right? We're not going to replicate a striker with 30 goals, no chance. But we have Maddison that's going to score goals, and we didn't have anyone like him. Gio will score goals. Solomon will score goals. We got goals from every point, as far as I can see. We got Porro, who's dangerous. We got a Doji who's dangerous going forward. It's the defence that's the big question. So I'm saying we get in the defence. I'm positive. Listen, Alex. People call me negative. That's the joke. You think I'm positive. I'm not normally positive, but I'm positive of the fact that we're finally going to be playing possession football on the front foot. I've 3 years of watching that crap, right? Football to send me to sleep. That for me is positivity, right? I would rather go to a game and see us lose 4-3 or 3-2 than sit and watch us perched on the edge of our, no pun intended, the edge of our box, waiting for the opponents to score and then trying to recoup the game and chase the game when we're 1 or 2-0 down. I see your point. Where it's like premature ejaculation. We're all getting excited far too quick before the shirt is held up. So
it's not about the shirt, Jonny. I actually agree with you what you're saying. I actually agree with what you're saying, and this is the thing. I love the chat because they just say I'm negative, but brother, I'm Mr. Box Office. Just, if you don't know, get to know. Yeah, that's the point. So it's like I understand where you're coming from. I'd rather see this as well. I think we should have carried on since Pochettino. I think we should have done that. That's it. Yeah, but I've been a supporter since 1998. Yeah, I've seen 2 Carabao Cups. 2 Carabao Cups. I've seen us getting bantered by Arsenal, Manchester United, Man City, Leicester City. Yeah, who Sean keeps on rattling so many times, saying, "Oh, they've gone down now. They've gone down. They've got 2 big trophies, bruv." So what you're saying, you know what I mean, to that guy, to Sean, who doesn't want me on his show, but he was trying to rattle me on Alan's show. So that's all I need to say, and that's it. He obviously wants the rub from Mr. Box Office. That's what he wants. So that's the thing. That's the point. But my point is,
he's clearly rattled you, hasn't he?
No, he hasn't rattled me, bruv. I just gave him receipts. My point is, right, is that as far as I'm concerned, and I'll say it again to you, Jonny, yeah, until the club show the bottle, yeah, when Postecoglou's having a bad spell or bad whatever with the fans, yeah, and they say, no, we are sticking with our man, yeah, this is the plan, we are sticking with him. Because I'm sorry, Mason is still in the coaching staff. So there's your insurance policy. I'm sorry. I know my football club, Jonny.
Listen, I've tweeted, Alex, I don't disagree with you. I said that this circus run by the clown, Daniel Levy, basically, Ange Postecoglou is his high wire act. And if he falls off the wire as he's crossing the stadium and falls there, the safety net is Ryan Mason. And I don't want to see that. And I'm with you. I'm with you. There's someone's said something there. A loss is a loss. I'm quite aware of a loss is a loss, and no one wants to see a loss. What I'm saying is, if I'm going to see a loss, I would rather see a loss where we're playing exciting football than sitting there waiting for us to be defeated. No one wants to see a loss. But I'm with you, Alex. I didn't want to see Ryan Mason there. And I'm also in agreement with you, Alex, that he needs to have the support of the board, right? Not a jettison him by November if we started bad. At Celtic, I don't think he won a game in the first 6 matches. Now, could you imagine a scenario how our fan base would be turning if we're 6 games in and not a game's won?
I know my fan base.
Yeah.
This is the same fan base that were jumping up and down when Nuno won his first 3 games, said we're going to win the league. And bruv, I was there. Who said that? The first game we won against Man City, I said, okay, look, that's good. Then after Watford, they were all jumping up and down. We could win the league. I was on Chris Cowlin's show. Big up Chris Cowlin, by the way. And it was all. I had one guy saying to me, "You're negative because we're top of the table." Look where that worked out, Jonny. You know what I mean? Look how that worked out. You know what I mean? You see,
You were on Chris
unfortunately,
Cowlins with his
So-
negativity. I can't believe it.
oh well,
Wait,
bro,
you-
this is
you-
how it is.
you-
When the main
Oh,
event
you
speaks, everybody
start
wants to
calling you
follow.
Alex. Hashtag Alex is a Levy lover, isn't he? Loves Daniel Levy.
Everyone wants to follow. You know what I mean? Art
But-
Sava,
but-
because Sava loves me. You know what I mean? But anyway, moving on. You know what I mean? But
Am I allowed-
the point is, I'm
What?
making at the end of the day is that at the end of the day, right? With these decisions that he's got to make, with the players that we've got, like for instance, the Celso. Now, listen, I would love to give him a chance, but
To give him a chance. Otherwise, you're just like the rest of the fans, Alex.
You're just as bad.
Let me finish my point. My point is, right, if you're gonna give him a chance, right, if because of what's happened before, if he goes back to type, right, that's on you because they know, right, the managers have fell on their sword because of these players, right? They've got these players, they've got managers sat. Yeah, I know Antonio Conte and Jose Mourinho we couldn't stand. I couldn't stand them either. Yeah, but for me, right, for us to move on, we need players that are going to be ready for the cause, whether it's bad or good. Yeah, and at the moment, I can only look at the Celso and say, when it was a bad spell for other managers, you didn't turn up. You did not turn up. You know what I mean? And that's why I say get rid. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because we don't want another situation like that with Postecoglou. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, and that's it.
Well, in
and
fairness,
I'm saying at the
he
moment,
got rid of. He was in fairness, he went out on loan, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm even saying at the moment, I'll take 8th this season, right? Because I know this is another build this season, right? So I'm not sitting there saying I want Champions League, I want a trophy or anything like that. I actually think we might get to a final this season because we've done it every single time for a new manager. We have done that, so it could be a good omen. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Alex,
positivity for people in the chat.
you're waffling.
Pardon?
Alex in the skies thinks you're waffling.
Well, again, I mean, they're not obviously listening with their two ears. You see what I'm saying? Not listening with their 2 ears, Johnny. That's the problem. Because I've just said a positive and they completely missed it. You see? You know what I mean? So my point is that if this is a long-term plan and the plan is going south, my point is you stick with your man, because if you're going to say this is 4 years, you stick with 4 years, regardless whether it's good or bad. Whether the players are saying we don't like Postecoglou, we're saying
Give an example, Mikel Arteta, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I've said it already. I've said it so many times. I've said it so many times already. That and even Brighton, Brighton.
Hang on, Alex Ferguson was on the verge of getting sacked at Man United, right? And he turned it round, one result, turned it round, and the rest is history, right?
So,
okay.
Perchy, just quickly. Tottenham won 82. Yeah. What point have I not made? If you can't understand what I'm saying, bro, yeah,
no,
you're not using your ears. You're not using your ears. Sorry, Perchy. I have to go at some people because there was some people in the comments of Alan's chat, in Alan's comments saying that I ruined the discussion. People are interrupting me. No disrespect.
No. Listen, carry on. No, you've actually made the point.
And two, I was quiet for long periods as well. It's just that I make myself known when I use my periods, and that's it. When I get my spot, and that's it. My time, and that's it. So I don't understand what you're talking about, and that's it. So if you don't know, get to know Mr. Box Office TV, and maybe you see me on my own talking about what I say, and that's it. And that's all I need to say, and that's it. Back to you, Perchy, my boy, and that's it. I'm done.
No one in their right mind thinks that if it doesn't start well, we should bin him, right? No one in their right mind, right? I believe we need to give him a try. We haven't had a manager that's lasted a full season since 2019. Is it 2019, Perch? I can't remember.
2019 under Pochettino was the last time he made a full season.
Correct.
What I agree with Alex, actually. I agree actually with Alex here. This is, I know, groundbreaking news. I mean, if you haven't liked the stream now, do it. We're at 250 of us in here, and there's 111 subs. Let's get that over 200. Can we break my sub record, which is, I think, 150 subs? If we do that today, that'd be incredible. But I actually, do you know what? I agree with Alex. And I'll put it out there. I agree with what Alex is saying. We as a fan base have to support this manager. Whether or not the owners do, that's a different conversation. Because I know what you're going to say there, Alex. let's park that for a second because I'll address it in a second. But as a fan base, there's going to be tricky. This is going to be a roller coaster. I always say this, and Jonny, you know this, Alex, you know this. I say this all the time. There's going to be games where we win 4-3. There could be games we lose 5-2. And it's going to be like that. We're going to score loads of goals. We genuinely think we'll score loads of goals. But we are going to concede at the moment. We are. Even if we sign the centre halves we want now, because it's very late in the window, in the sense of the season starts next week. The following weekend, we are starting the football season. So we're going to have moments like that. As a fan base, we have to back him. If the owners don't, that's on the ownership. That should then drive more people to be, I want change. For me, it's all about in Ange we trust. I stand by it. I think Ange Postecoglou is the right manager for this team. I've said it all along. People go, but you didn't like Conte. I said, but Conte wasn't there for that reason. Conte was there for a quick, easy fix. I felt that Conte it worked out right for us as a fan base at the time and us as an ownership because they went, do you know what? Appease the fans by getting a big manager in. I think we now learn that we can't really, it doesn't work the way that we operate as a football club. That doesn't work, whether we like it or not, if I'm honest.
Can I just interrupt there, Perchy?
Yeah, go for it.
I just wanted to say that the thing I hated about Conte, and it was very unpopular and I took a lot of abuse for it and I didn't really care. He never wanted to be at our club, right? It was as if he was doing us a massive favour. Do you know who I am? I'm Antonio Conte. I'm better than this, right? I could be here, I could be there. It was like he was passing through. It was like a guy who's dating a girl. He goes, you're all right. I'm just waiting for a better woman to come along, right? With Ange, when Ange came in, he genuinely looked and sounded like a guy who was proud to be the manager of our club. And I don't remember Pochettino was signed. I don't know how many years ago when he was signed now. I've lost track.
I want to say he was 2016. I could be wrong.
So you know, we're talking 7 or 8 years since we had a manager.
Agreed.
Right, who turned up, who actually genuinely had pride in being the manager and tried to understand what this club was about, rather than telling us, you've never been winners, right? So what are you moaning about? I hated everything about his demeanour.
Agreed.
I hated everything about how he did. And I think
I hated it. I hated he made me feel as a fan that he was doing me a favour when he really wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I agree.
I think with Ange, I think there's already people, and I'm one of them, right? Ange, I was never an Ange fan, right? I'm a Spurs and Rangers fan. I used to hate Ange.
Yeah.
Because he was always beating us, but he was never in my top 10. I don't even think he was in my top 15. But I've really grown to appreciate the way he's been handling stuff. The only downside, and there's 2 things that have really alarmed me, and I wondered whether he's been got out by Levy. Conte would never have taken Davis, Dyer, I don't think, on that plane, or certain players who weren't going to be fit.
Yeah.
He took everyone, and then he upset me when he came out and said those wonderful things about Ben Davis.
Yeah.
And then to cap it all, when I see at the corner of my eye Eric Dyer wearing the captain's armband, those things upset me.
Yeah.
But I have to say this though, Jonny. Most of the fan base, and I was at the stadium, so I've got the evidence. They were shouting, they were singing Conte's name. They were singing it. I refused to do it. I refused to do it. And it was not because I didn't like. Not just because I like. I said, well, he hasn't done nothing. He has done absolutely nothing.
Agreed.
You see what I'm saying? So why are we shouting for it? Oh, I had people having a go at me. I had people trying to fight me in the stadium. Literally saying, why are you not doing? You see, the thing is though, people have a go at me saying I talk a load of waffle, but I'm there. I am actually there at the stadium. I get people having a go at me. Yeah.
Agreed.
Because I don't act the same way that like them, but I'm sitting there like just mind my own business. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is the point I make. Yeah. It's like, I just need convincing at the moment. You see what I'm saying? Because like I
Yeah,
said
that's
before,
fair.
and I'm not bigging Pochettino up. I'm just saying I didn't believe in Pochettino when he came in. I didn't believe in him.
No, that's fair. No, Alex, you have your
when-
way, and that's cool. I
Okay.
agree. I just want to do a bit of admin quickly because I just want to call. I not call someone out. I just want to say, firstly, Kevin, it was me. I banned that guy in the chat because he basically he was swearing at me because all I asked was him not to talk about other channels and stuff that was spoken about on other channels on mine that it's got nothing and about other YouTubers. I don't want any of that in my chat. I just want to keep it football. That's why I did it. Ben timed him out, but I banned him. So before you start having to go at Ben on that one, that's the point one. I want to say massive shout out to this man. Jake has thrown 10 Australian dollars. Question for us, guys. Question for all. What kind of club do you want Tottenham to become? We need an overarching philosophy to determine transfer policy, style of play, manager, and selection. Jonny, I'll let you go first on this one. Let me know your thoughts, and then Alex, I'll let you go after, and I'll tell you my thoughts.
What kind of club do you want Tottenham to become?
Yeah.
I want us to go back, and I'm glad you brought this up. Funny enough.
Yeah. Big shout out to Jake, by the way.
It was a point actually, Jake, that I wanted to make today on Twitter. Our philosophy, our heritage, is the man that hasn't even been acknowledged by this board, and that is Bill Nicholson. Right? He is our ethos. He is our philosophy. That is our heritage, right? And basically, if you look on YouTube or you look on Google, you'll see a lot of his sayings and his beliefs. They should be blown up and they should be put all the way around that training ground. So when players come in from Argentina or Kathmandu, they can read them as they're going in, right? And understand what our club is about. You're talking about a club like Arsenal who have just built a statue, right, to Arsene Wenger. They've got a statue for Thierry Henry, and deserve it so.
Of course.
We don't have a statue to the great Bill Nicholson. That is our philosophy. That is our heritage, and that's where we should be going back to our roots of developing talent, playing front foot, exciting football, and taking it to the opposition. That's the heritage I want to be developing.
Yeah, and Jonny, just to sort of add on to that point, I'll let Alex go straight after the one bit. And this is the one thing about this stadium that I can't stand. This stadium has become less about Tottenham, but about having a multi-complex stadium. And listen, at least at the Arsenal, at least they're a football stadium. They're a football stadium that has the odd gig on here and there. We're not. We're a football stadium and then some. Do you know what I mean? It's even the little things, like even silly things, and it shouldn't even bother me, but it does. But even the fact that we don't even have the coloured seating to represent the cockerel on the main stand, or having on the sort of longer one THFC written. It sounds so silly, stupid in it. The only thing that represents that stadium, that represents us, is the cockerel at the top of it. But that's done for aesthetics, not really than anything else. Like, for example, if you're the first fan that walks in to get to the seat and you see the big cockerel on the big stand, or over the east stand, it's got THFC like in white lettering. Didn't get any of that at Tottenham. That, for me, that's the bit that hurts.
I mean, also Arsenal, they've done this wrap around the stadium. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's another great point.
Which looks fantastic. You know, I want to see, the Harry Kane and the Ledley King mural's great. I want to see more of that. I want to see art. I want to see it inside that soul of the stadium.
Have you noticed with the murals, they're away from the stadium? That's the bit that irritates me.
I actually know Mark. I met him.
No. I'm not against
get him on one of these.
By the way, I'm not against the murals. I think the murals are brilliant, but they're obviously commissioned to go to certain places. Does that make sense? It's not. By the way, it's not the person that does them, but you don't get one that is outside the stadium, like directly outside. It's on the walls of all the other buildings that we own.
Yeah.
On the buildings that we own that are accessible, exactly. And it's temporary, and nothing against the guy that does them, by the way, because I think they look brilliant and I love them for that. But for me, if you're going to do stuff like that, put it by the stadium. So but notice that, as I said, they're away from it, so they're out of the way. So Spurs fans can go and see them when they're going to games, but other people don't go near it when it's.
Well, look at Watford. Watford have got the murals. Brighton, Mark Silver at Muir Walls. That's Muir Walls. Have a look at him on Twitter or Instagram. He's done a lot. He's done a lot at Liverpool. If you go out to Liverpool and you see around the houses around the stadium, they got incredible murals for a lot of the Liverpool greats that have been there. It's part of the heritage. I just think our stadium is soulless, right?
I agree.
I spoke to Mark, and I said to him, we got so many bare walls when you go into that south stand that are soulless. If we had incredible murals, you know, people be coming in, taking photographs of, say, Ozzy and Ricky mural. There's loads you could do. You could do a Jimmy Greaves one. There's so many things that you could do. But the club, it's almost as if Levy has run disinfectant over the club, as if everything that happened before the stadium just wasn't before. It was like our history's been wiped out.
But Johnny, do you know what? That's absolutely bang on, and I'll quickly move to Alex because obviously has answered what I was going to ask. No. That's not. We've got plenty of time. We don't have to stick to the hour today, which is brilliant. That I normally do. What I just wanted to sort of touch on that was a great point. You think about it. They were happy to put the old centre circle in the south stand. You know, the old centre circle, which is fine. I like the touch of it. I like it. Why can't they start putting? You know, like on the staircases, those big metal things. Why couldn't they have done something Tottenham on that? It feels, and I think you're key, it feels plain because that's what they wanted, because they want it to be a multi-purpose stadium. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, they put this clock up. It's great. Okay, they put the clock up. But I want to see, when I was a kid and I went to Tottenham and they would have in a letter on the top, today's game, and there was the gates, okay? And those gates remind me of Bill Nick. And those gates, they were going to go and they were going to be put aside. This was years ago. They should be putting those gates, they should be installing the gates in some sort of, not concrete or whatever. And inside those gates should be a statue of Bill Nick, right? With holding those gates. Yeah, we got to move away from the past, man. I'm not saying that. But the question was about our heritage, okay?
Yeah.
And our history. When you do history and you talk about your association, your club, your family, whatever, people talk about our history. It's part of who we are. So, you know, that was the question.
Yeah. Go on, Alex. Sorry, I went on a bit. What are your thoughts? No, it's all right. We've got plenty of time. Go on, Alex. What do you think?
I mean, I don't really think I need to add anything from what Jonny says about the heritage about Tottenham Hotspur. I think that's absolutely spot on. I've said it, and
I think the question sort of directed. I'll pull the question back up actually, make it easier. The question was, what kind of club do you want Tottenham to be?
Well, I mean, like I said, from what Jonny says about, you know, similar to what it was under the teachings of Bill Nicholson and Keith Birkinshaw. Absolutely spot on.
Correct.
Absolutely spot on. Because no one really knows about them at all. I mean, I'm kind of putting a spoiler alert out there because I'm still working on the best, the worst, and the bang average top 5, and it's going to be managers, and you'll kind of get a spoiler what managers are really at the top of them. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, if we didn't have Keith Birkinshaw, especially Bill Nicholson, Tottenham Hotspur wouldn't be Tottenham Hotspur. Simple as that. So, you know what I mean? And, you know, and since then, we've done absolutely nothing. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people say we're living in the past. Well, if you didn't have those guys, you wouldn't have Tottenham Hotspur.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? And Johnny's absolutely spot on, because the fact is, we don't have any of those things because no one knows. You know what I mean? You know,
that's our identity.
That's our identity, and we've lost it. And people say to me that this is why I came at Jonny, because I said to him, what can I go on right now? You know, since 1998, since we nearly got relegated, right? We've done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one Carabao Cup, two Carabao Cups. Yeah, and the people that won trophies, we sacked them off. You know what I mean? I didn't play great football. You know what I mean? I've had to go on Google to find out about Bill Nicholson and Keith Birkinshaw.
It's a disgrace, Perchy.
It's a disgrace.
Agreed.
And the
For
thing is, though,
every
I know
fan-
about these people because of a brilliant lady, Ellie, the Queen Ellie. Yeah? She kept on banging on about it. I said, oh, you know, and sometimes I didn't listen. But to be fair, she got me listening because I sat there and thought, you know what? When I started to think about doing what I was doing on my channel, because I actually want to do it justice, you know what I mean? Because I don't actually want to just be always, you know, talking about the truth about Tottenham Hotspur because it gets boring. It gets
Go
very
sub to
boring.
Alex.
You know what I mean? It actually gets boring.
The
You know what I
game is
mean? So,
about the
you know, there's
glory,
only so
right?
much you can say about your club. You know what I mean? And then move it on. You know what I mean? So you know, and that's it really. So the thing is, it's like Ellie was absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. And I do thank her for it. I do thank her for it. Because she reminded me what Tottenham Hotspur is all about. And that's it. Because there's only so much you can say good, bad, because then you're sitting there saying, why do you support them in the bloody first place then? You know what I mean? You know?
Alex, here on my phone, right? I sent this to my son's friends, right? About what Bill Nicholson, right? Bill Nicholson, right? It's any player coming to Spurs, whether he is a big signing or not, or just a ground stuff, must be dedicated to the game and to the club. He must be prepared to work hard at his game. He must never be satisfied with the last performance, and he must always hate losing. There is no use being satisfied when things are done wrongly. I want perfection. We must always consider our supporters, for without them, there would be no professional football. It would be better to have more fans watching football the way we like it played and it should be played, rather than to have a few fans watching football the way we would like it played. There's so many quotes.
And why did Bill Nicholson leave? Why did Bill Nicholson leave? Why did Bill Nicholson leave? He left because he had enough. He had enough. You know what I mean?
But
Keith Birkinshaw left because he said there was no football club anymore.
Correct.
And look what's happened.
There used to be a football club here.
It used to be a football club, and look what happened since.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see, Johnny, in this brain of Mr. Bot's office, there is something there. You know what I mean? There is something there. You know what I mean? There's always a method to the madness. All like I always say. You know what I mean?
But that's what he said.
You know, because I don't just go on stats and XG rubbish. Like today, you know, go on what the history is.
But what I would say here, guys, you guys are talking a lot. I've just been listening to it. It's been quite cool. Someone's saying Mickey van der Ven deal done. Is this a here we go, Custody, or are you just you're joking? No one else said it, so I don't.
Deal, guys. I've been saying it for so long, right?
Just I know you have. I know you have. But
they all came on me and Alan's stream.
But on the question that was being asked, what do I want Tottenham to be? What I want Tottenham to be is a club that plays attacking, free-flowing football. We have a rite of passage for our academy. So there's a rite of passage. We are promoting youngsters, and youngsters are starting to bleed into our first team. And we're buying players that not relating to the price tag, but we're relating players to a philosophy. And that's just so everyone's saying, and Van der Ven is done. Is that what they're saying? So we're saying 43 million Creed in a few sites. Yeah, that's what I read as well. So he wasn't the cheap option that everyone kept saying. It's 43 million quid.
Why do we pay so much?
Why do we pay so much all of a sudden? Guys in the chat, if you have any questions, get them in. Can we go and like and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go and subscribe to Alex up here. And if you're on Twitter, go and follow Jonny. Love chatting to Jonny on Twitter.
I absolutely agree with you what you're saying, Perchy. Right, but the point is, I think at the moment we just need someone. The thing is, though, there just needs some logic at the moment at Tottenham Hotspur, yeah. Because the thing is, though, because it's been such a mess, I'm in the mess of what I want now. To be honest with you, all I want is good football. I want good football.
Yeah,
I want good football.
I want good football. In agreement.
I think that's the thing at the moment. At the moment, that's all I want at the moment. Okay, long term, yeah, you want to win trophies, yeah, great. Okay, that, I mean, I also want youngsters coming through as well. Yeah, I just want a club that have got a strategy that they're not going to just change on a whim. You know what I mean? And just keep
Yeah,
it
agreed.
going.
Alex,
That's what I'm saying at the moment.
I
And
absolutely agree
also,
with you on
I
that.
also want as well. I don't want to hear about what's going on behind the scenes anymore. I'm bored of it. Yeah, I'm fed up with hearing about Daniel Levy, and I'm fed up about hearing about Donald Cullen. They seem to be the icon at Tottenham Hotspur now these days. It's not about the players, because I'm going to games, like I said before, and I'm just hearing. I'm more interested in what's going on behind the scenes than what's on the pitch. And
I'm going to say
it's
something
not
controversial, Perch. Right?
Go on, do it.
Go down well. In my opinion, if Jimmy Greaves didn't have that terrible sickness, that terrible illness, which robbed him of yards of pace, he was seriously ill, not a little bit ill, he was seriously ill. Harry Kane wouldn't even have got close to Jimmy Greaves' record. For me, Jimmy Greaves is the greatest striker this club has ever had. That is my opinion.
You could argue this country.
Harry Kane is amazing, right? Is amazing, but Jimmy Greaves was just it was something magical about him. He ghosted past players; they couldn't cope with him, and he was doing it on pitches that were like mud bars. God only knows where. Yeah, 100% sure.
Yeah,
he
won trophies though. He won trophies though, Johnny. He won
Correct.
trophies, and that's the difference between Kane and Jimmy Greaves.
Correct.
He's won trophies, and that's. Listen, I don't find it easy. It's not easy for me to say to call him a loser. But the fact is,
he scored loads for Chelsea.
You know what I mean? It's like it's no point of going around the bush about it. The fact is, Kane's coming to football to win trophies. Yeah. Right, so if we'll be saying the same thing for people like Drogba, Ronaldo, if they didn't win any trophies and they've got all the records, broken all the records, we'll say, well, you ain't won no trophies though.
Is it not recency bias? So I think it's recency bias. That's my personal opinion. I think we talk about the likes of, listen, I think Ronaldo and Messi are in a different ballpark. I think Messi's the greatest player to ever live. I will stand on the hill and die on that one. I think
regardless whether he played for Barcelona, the best clubs, regardless, he's still won trophies.
I think,
but what we're talking, we're talking about the sense of player equality.
Some people, it's player quality, but I know people have the argument of saying, well, he's played for the best club in Spain. You know what I mean? But the fact is,
guys, breaking news. We're going to stop at that breaking news from Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano is just this second tweeted. Harry Kane deadline day. Sources close to negotiation. Expected final decision today. Described as in or out with Bayern Munich. All parties are waiting on Daniel Levy to communicate his decision, as called by Telegraph.
I believe that's not true. I believe that it's down to Harry Kane.
Why would it be down to Harry? But Johnny, from that theory, you're saying that we've already accepted it.
Yeah.
I don't think we have. I think Harry Kane has agreed terms already with Bayern Munich. This is my theory, and I'm going to go a different side on what you're saying. I think Kane has agreed terms with Bayern Munich, but he's basically not saying anything about it because he doesn't want to ruin his reputation. So if Daniel Levy declines it, he will go, do you know what? I'm not going to make a big deal about it, and I'm going to stay. Now, I asked the question earlier, and Johnny, I'll ask Alex because Alex didn't get a chance to answer. He's going to mute it because he doesn't want to talk about it. If the purported final offer for Harry Kane by Bayern Munich is 105 million euros plus add-ons, do you accept or do you decline? And I'm going to put it in the poll. I'm going to put a poll in. I'm going to see what the polls. No, Johnny's answered it. He said he would. This is before he came on. So I'm going to leave it with you, Alex.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Yeah. You know the answer. I said, just take whatever. I'll take 90 million. I'll take 90 million for him. I'll take 90 million for him. Honestly, I'll take 90 million for him. You know what I mean? Because
that's how much it's going to be. About 90 million pounds.
Yeah. I'll take 90 million for him because at the moment, he could go on a free next season.
Let's see what the chat say. I'd love to know what the chat say on this. Sorry, Ben's saying the whole package is 105. Sorry, I read it as 105 plus add-ons. Sorry, that's what I read it. So if that's the case, then Ben, yeah, it's 105 including all the add-ons. That is.
So 105 million euros, which is about
95 quid basically. 95
listen,
million quid.
It's the most boring subject going. I've got to be honest, but the point
I'm
is,
bored of it.
I
agree.
I was bored of it so long ago. You know what I mean? I knew it was going to be Saga of the summer because I know Tottenham.
I wouldn't even talk about it, Alex, on the Alan show. I said, Alan, do me a favour, right? Okay, this is just going to go on and on and on. This is going to be the Harry Kane show right to the start of the season. Let's please not do this, right now. And of course, every show, Harry Kane. I'm bored of it. I'm so
okay, Jonny. I'm gonna move the topic for a second, and I'm gonna but I'm gonna sideline it for a key point. Now, let's just say we accept it today. Let's just say hypothetically, we don't know what's gonna happen, and we've got 95 million pounds in our back pocket. Where do you spend the money, Alex? I was going to let Alex go first on this one.
Alex, you go first, man.
95 million pound in the back pocket. Where are you putting that money? Are we and you can? And I'm going to put it into context.
I get the two defenders. I get the three defenders that we need.
So who though? So you want Van de Ven?
We'll get the defenders that we're linked with. Tatsoba.
It looks like Tatsoba is not going to happen now. That's ruled out from what I read this morning.
Well,
I'll let you. It's your choice.
Just Tatsoba, Van de Ven, and Tosin. Let's just put the example out there. Get a number 6 because that's what we need. And then get another striker possibly if you got enough money. And that's it. I think that's for me.
Who would you go for if it was your money?
You know what? I'm just waiting and seeing because at the moment I've not got anybody on my eye at the moment that
But Alex, do you know? Okay, I'll change it. I'll slightly change what I mean. Do you want a proven striker? Let's just say I'm just going to use the name of Vlahovic. It doesn't have to be him, but I'm just using him for this. That is a proven. It's scored goals in top leagues, blah blah. Or do you go for someone like a Gift Orban, who may not have scored in top leagues, but is a young?
Yeah, I'd rather go for. I would take an up and comer. I'll take an up and comer. Yeah, because I think, like I said before, I think at the moment we don't need anybody that is established at the moment because we are building. Building. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But I mean, like I said, I still need convincing still with that person. Okay. But, I know where we're at the moment as a club. You see what I'm saying? We're building. So for me, to move the subject on for me, I think we need to have someone to build with and, build with, the way we're playing, and that's it. You see what I'm saying? And that's it for me, because it's not just about the striker now. It's about us playing like a team now. That's why I'm saying let go of Kane.
Do you know what I would do? Do you know what I would do? Let me jump in before Jonny jumps in. I'm gonna just push myself in front of the queue for a second. I would get that. Oh, how dare I on my own channel just look at the dictatorship, Kim Jong Perch. No, what I would do. Firstly, I think you're right. I would get a centre half in. I wouldn't go and get all three. I'd go and get Van de Ven and Tosin. And then look at what else. I'd go and get Gift Orban. I think that is smart business. And then whatever you've got left over, try and find another midfielder. And then maybe use that to then push and offload Højbjerg. And that way, what you've got there, you've got 4 players that will build this squad in a better position. Jonny, I'll let you go because you know a lot and I like it when you talk well.
Well, look, I've got to be honest with you. I think we've got to separate these deals. If Kane was staying, I don't believe for 1 minute that we were going to sign one centre-back, okay?
Agreed,
So I'm going to say we were going to sign Mickey Van de Ven, Phillips and Tosin because Tosin's going to be cheap. He's got a year left.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And he's a good player, good all-round player, great in the air. So that's that. So if Kane goes and Højbjerg goes, I'm looking at £135 million, roughly. Say 130 million. So we only get 30 million for Højbjerg, okay? So 130 million.
I was going to say, Alex had to go, so I was going to say thanks. And
right.
Ben, if you can in the chat, just put Alex's channel in the link And guys, go over and subscribe to Alex. He has to run quickly, but yeah, sorry, Johnny, carry on.
Yeah, no. So if I'm looking at 100, see Alex. So if I've got 130 million, I am going to spend that money on Lavia. I'd go and smash into Liverpool's deal here. Stop them messing around with 45 million.
Put a big lump on and go, do you know what, Ego, we want him now.
Very much, right? We want you. And then I'm going to buy Mawani or a Gift.
Yeah, I think for me, if we sign Gift Orban, I'll be very, very happy. Big up Jack Hamill. Why Brentford wanted to sell Raya for less than what we offered? Simple point here. Economics of time.
As time goes by.
As time goes by, with a player with 1 year left on his contract, his value starts dipping very, very quickly in the nearer the window. The reason being, Brentford shot themselves in the foot by putting that valuation so high. Johnny, I spoke to you about this as well.
Yeah.
What Brentford didn't think Spurs would do. They thought we were putting all our eggs in the David Raya basket. But behind the scenes, a few eggs were going into the Vicario bucket.
I've got to be honest with you, though. I've got to be honest with you, Perchy. All I remember is when I turned around and I said he's not worth 40 million, the abuse I got in the DMs and my
I didn't think he would be at all,
right?
either.
But Arsenal are now putting in the bid that we put in that was called derisory, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? It's brilliant when you talk about it now, isn't it? It's great.
Only Spurs could put in a bid. Only Daniel Levy could put in a bid of 22 million when he's 40, right? The one thing I would say, though, is I am concerned about our goalkeeper situation because I don't believe Foster and Lloris can play in Angie's system as a keeper. And
I think Lloris is gone, yeah.
I think Arsenal's ambition to have someone like Ramsdale and Raya as a backup, or Raya and Ramsdale as a backup, shows tremendous ambition. And then I look at ours, and we've got Big Vic. Hopefully, he's as good as we hope he is, but he's very combative. You'll see him go one-on-one. It's very easy. There's an easier chance that he could get injured, and I am not having Foster playing a high-line football, racing out. How old is he, Foster, now?
Fraser Forster's 30... I want to say 34, 35.
Yeah, so I don't want to see him running out. For me, it's a young man's game, right?
Well, but Johnny, here's the question, though. This is it. Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb and watch it in 12 months' time. He's terrible. I'm going to say I think Vicario is going to be absolutely fine at Tottenham. I'll go out on a limb. Everyone's sort of worrying about him. I said, listen... everyone's sort of...
I know who you mean, Danny.
But I was going to say, I was going to pick this up with Danny just in 1 second. Yeah. And I just wanted to sort of slightly go back to the David Raya one as well, what Jack said, Jack Patmore said. You've got to bear in mind, everyone said that Spurs' offer was derisory, and now look at it. Brentford went way too high for a player with 1 year left on their contract. It'd be like Tottenham saying to Bayern Munich, we're not going to talk to you unless you put in an offer of £130 million. Yeah, you're not. It's not going to work like that for Harry Kane. We use the Harry Kane saga, but listen. Someone said in there that Raya and Ramsdale is going to cause a toxic environment. No, it won't. You want two good goalkeepers. There's an interview, and it really annoyed me. I wish I'd got the link of David Raya talking. He said, "You don't want one good goalkeeper and one bad keeper. You want a goalkeeper that will push you. You want that because if you don't train well, you're getting dropped." And he said. And that's a key point on that part. Yeah, so go for it, mate.
I was just going to say, I remember when Leno was playing for Arsenal and he went one-on-one with Malpai, and Malpai left his leg in and he got injured and he got taken off, and I was going, yes, right, sick as I was at the time. I went, yes, that's Arsenal screwed now. That's Arsenal screwed because Leno is a great keeper. In came Martinez, right? Oh, my God, he's even better, right? And then what do? They get rid of him and they bring in Ramsdale. You know, Arsenal have had a succession of very good keepers. We seem to be signing, we've had Lloris and a whole host of Tosh as backup keepers. Gullini. These were always keepers that were never, ever going to be at Tottenham. They were never, ever going to be anything other than sitting on the bench. I would like us to sign a top keeper, another keeper. I mean, why aren't we going in for Raya? Why can't we go in for Raya now? Who's to say we won't go in for Raya now? Huh?
Listen, that'll be. Do you know what? That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? And do you know what, Johnny?
He probably says two things.
This is a Tottenham. This could be a Perchy 2-0 if it happens. By the way, because I called the Van de Ven one. I said we'll sign Van de Ven as soon as they sign a replacement. 1-0 Perch. Listen, I don't always get things right. And I said ages ago. I said it wouldn't surprise me if by the end of the window, Spurs sneak in there and go and put in a bid. Why not? I don't think it will happen. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but you're right. If they don't get an agreement with Arsenal, who's to say Tottenham can't get there? Who's to say Tottenham can't go in there and say, fine, if we'll put our original offer back on the table now at 22.5 million pounds, and we'll get him in, and we want two keepers there. And then that way that allows us to offload Lloris and Forster.
Go.
Mate.
I think look, let's wait and see what happens. I personally think that we are very weak in that goalkeeping department. Any injury there, we know every time that I used to see Lloris about to kick a ball, I had to turn away and wince. And I don't think Foster's that much better. He's better with his feet, Foster, but he's too cumbersome at 6'4". We need a young keeper. Let's go for him. I think we need to go for him, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we need to go and get another goalkeeper. But here's the question: I would happily stick with Fraser Forster till the end of his contract, which is he's got a contract that ends at the end of the season, this season. Yeah. So why not keep a hold of him now and do 12 months of research to go and find another goalkeeper to bring in? I haven't got a problem with that. I've said that about a few other players.
But what about if he gets injured? Are you happy to
listen? I wouldn't be overly excited, but at the moment, I would rather us put our money in better areas at the moment, personally. If that's my opinion. For me, I haven't got a massive issue with Fraser Forster. You've got to bear in mind, Ange had Joe Hart at Celtic, so older goalkeepers aren't necessarily going to be against him. He's not going to be a massive issue. The fact that Fraser Forster has played, actually no, I think it was Brandon Austin actually played more than Foster. Oh no, Fraser Forster's been injured, hasn't he?
It's funny Danny was mentioning him because we were linked with Dynamo Zagreb's keeper, Lankovic. I can't remember his name. Back there.
So the Zagreb goalkeepers, the centre back is Sutalo, right? Josip Sutalo. That's who I think you're talking about, Danny.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think his name's Josip Sutalo. He plays at Dynamo Zagreb. I don't know too much about him, but I play a bit of Football Manager, and he's very good on there, and that normally gives me a good indication that he's a good player. Because normally their scouting is tip top. They very rarely get it wrong. So if Football Manager,
the Sutalo though was I'm sure he was huge money. Was he not?
Possibly. You could be right.
Or not.
No, you could be right.
Well, they're all big money. They're all big money. I think it's. Hang on, I'm just
guys, go and sub to Ben.
I'm trying to picture him. Was it the World Cup? Did he not play the World Cup? Or am I thinking of?
No, you could be right. You could be right. No, you could be right. You could be right. Guys, we're going to go for a few more minutes and stuff. We're going to wrap up. We're doing only an hour and a half because I've got to finish off some bits and stuff, and then I'm going to go out and stuff. So, guys, first of all, the poll, 67% of you, so 2/3 of you in the chat are saying you want Harry Kane to go for 105 million euros. And listen, I don't agree. I don't disagree. I agree with you guys. If you want to keep smashing it in there. Guys, also go and sub to Ben. And also, guys, can we get to 150 likes before the end of the show? We're going to go.
Come on, guys. How many have we got?
133. So about 17 likes out of 216 of you in here. So
come
please,
on,
guys,
just press the thumb button.
Click the button. Do it in here. And listen, And by doing that, I'll get Jonny on more because we've had loads of people in it. I'll get Jonny on more often if you like Jonny on it. I've had a really good time chatting, mate. It's been good. So we're gonna let's start slowly round it up. Let's slowly round it up. If anyone's got any questions, shout me in the chat. My chat thing's gone all weird. Sorry, apologies. If there's anyone in the chat, let me know if you've got any questions, and we'll do those quickly as well now. So finally, before we do wrap up, now it looks like stuff's happening. The Harry Kane saga now, for me, has to be done over the weekend. If he stays or if he goes, we need to know by the Shakhtar game what the Harry Kane situation is. Either he's holding a Bayern Munich shirt or he's either signing a contract or whatever. We need to have communication on what is happening with Harry Kane. Do you agree?
I agree.
I think this weekend is so important.
I want to see a Bayern Munich shirt in one hand and a sauerkraut Frankfurter in the other.
Bratwurst. Yeah, exactly. In his lederhosen and drinking a big stein of beer as well.
Guten Tag.
Listen, and also, what now do you want to see? And I think we have slightly touched over, so we're going to we're sort of glossing over what we have spoken about already as well. That what else is there? Else did you want to see in the sense of where else do you want us to sort of touch on? You said about a goalkeeper. I'm not against it. I don't think it will happen personally. I mean, I think, but another centre half has to happen.
So hang on. So Foster's injured. Is it? Hang on. Who else?
Whiteman's injured. Whiteman's injured. You've got Brandon Austin.
Come on.
But listen, I think. Do you know what? It's one of those. I'm not. I know. I get your point. I do get your point. If we get an injury now, that's going to be massive. But listen, there could be time that, as I said, David Raya is still available. We could go back in and be a. Imagine if we gazump the Arsenal and get David Raya, and I'd be massively happy with that.
I think the bigger question here, Perchy, is we know our chairman, we know our owner.
As Alex would say, I know my football club.
The money.
Agreed. I think that's
We're
such
all
an
getting
important.
excited. What's going to happen when we don't spend it?
Agreed. And to sort of wrap it up, when Alex mentioned about what are you excited about, I didn't get to say, but one thing I'm excited about is good football. I'll be honest, that's the one thing I'm excited about.
100%.
All the political side of things behind it with the owners and all of the drama that's going around it, all the protesting and all this lot. Like, I love all that other stuff. But for me, the one thing I'm going to stick my neck on the line that I'm at least going to enjoy this season, whether we win, lose, or draw. And I'll be honest, it's a big year. It's a big season. It's a big season for me as a content creator. It's the first full season I'll be doing as a content creator. So I want to say, just guys, obviously we're going to wrap up. Keep pushing it out, pushing my stuff out. I'm loving it. I really enjoy you guys in the chat, barring a few idiots and stuff. Listen, one thing I'll always say on here, the one thing I'll always say on this chat, this channel is all about football. I don't want to get involved in drama elsewhere. I stick to football. We talk football. We have enjoyed. There's loads of stuff happening in the background that I'm working on. Loads in the background that I'm working on. I've got a guest already sorted for a weekly segment, an Arsenal fan. So that's already sorted, and that'll be every Tuesday. So I think there's starting from when the season starts. So every Tuesday at the moment, that's when it's going to be. And also I'm working on a concept that will have a weekly show just to talk about a Spurs recap sort of show that I've got a few people, and Jonny will obviously be invited to be joining part of that setup that I do. So there's stuff going on. There'll be the match reactions and stuff. So I'm starting to sort of push my content a certain way. And there's a slight rebrand. Spoiler, there's a little bit of a rebrand coming on. Not massive, but a slight rebrand. See, it's all about the giving. And
he falls off his perch. Is this where you fall off? You're going to have a graphic?
No, you've ruined it. It was going to be called on the perch was going to be the head thing. No, it's not really. I'm joking. But what I will do, guys, I'm going to just quickly put in the chat. I'm doing the FBL League, by the way. FBL League's happening. Jonny wants to know about it. If you guys in the chat, let me know in the chat if you want to be in part of the FBL League. I'm going to put it in the chat now, the link to join. There's 183 of you still in it. So if you want to join the FBL League, you're all welcome. Winner gets a £30 gift card, whoever finishes top. But if we get another, I think it's another 14, because we've got one today, another 14 members, I'll knock that to 50 straight away. I'm going to put the link in the chat now. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Hashtag get Susie on for the 2K stream. Oh, I'll ask her. I don't know if she'll want to. If she says okay, I will ask her definitely.
Come on, guys, put those likes on. We've got to get to 150.
Okay.
On your way out the door.
On the way out, we're going to just, before we do that, I just want to get the invite people, copy auto link. Okay, the link is just about to be smashed into the channel. Low battery, need to charge my phone. That's helpful. The perch on the porch, I like it. That's good. If you don't know, remember that was a great one. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the chat now, guys. So if you want to join, yeah, I think some of you joined yesterday, but the link is now in the chat.
What's the code, Perch? Just read it to me quick.
Oh, if you want the code, I'll read the code out. The code.
Just quickly read it out while I'm here.
It's W6.
Yep.
PY.
Yep.
PYBY. That's the code if you want to join.
Right, I'll read it back. W6 PYBY.
That's the one, and that's the one that's in the chat. Look, just like that. There you go. If you want to join, that's the code link. And also, if you just click that link, it takes you straight there. So you don't have to type in the code. That will take you straight there. So if you want to join, you're all welcome. As I said, if we get a few more members to the channel, I'll up the. How about this? I'll push it even more. I will double it to 60. How about that? Instead of 50, I'll double it to 60 if we get 14 more members before the start of the season. And a membership for you guys is about $1.99. So if you want to join, you're welcome. But we'll do that. Why not? Get involved. It's a bit of fun. And what I'll do is, if people are enjoying it, I'm going to put every single Monday or Tuesday, if we've got Monday Night Football, I will put the league table up there. So we'll have a bit of fun with you guys, a bit of friendly competition. Jonny, mate, thank you very much for coming along. I've really enjoyed that. It's been good.
It's been very good. A nice guest cameo from Box Office.
And then Alex came on. Alex always welcome on, of course. The Waffle House himself is here. Guys in the chat as well, thank you very much for coming along. It's been good. Guys, on that note, we're going to end it. Thank you very much, everyone. Go and join. Go and subscribe. Go and follow that man on. Go and follow him on Twitter. Get this guy. Go and join his spaces. His spaces are brilliant, by the way. I mean, you had one at stupid o'clock at night last night. I was struggling to sleep, and then that boom. But and I just saw the little boom, the symbol come up. And yeah, guys, we're up to on the subscription. As I said, remember, if we get to 1,600 subscribers by the first game of the season, I will give away a football shirt of anyone's choosing. At the moment, we are at 1,511. So 89 subs before the start of the season.
Well done. Well done.
We passed the 1,500. So thank you very much, guys. But we are 89 away, and I'll give away a shirt on the first game of the season.
How many likes we at? How many likes we at?
1,147. 7 guys smash the likes. We get to 150. But thanks, guys. 140. No, 7.
Oh, 7.
Okay. 7. But guys, thank you very much. Jonny, thank you for coming. Guys, much love. We'll get you on definitely again. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, Rude, big up, man. That was a great stream. Thanks very much for coming along. Guys, have an amazing weekend. And guys, if you go into the game, enjoy the game and join the protest if you can. Go and join them. Outside the club shop, exactly. Guys, thank you very much. Have an amazing weekend. Peace out.